Hello friends, thanks for tuning in to this week's Tech Tip. I'm going to talk about a little tip about LinkedIn search here in just a second, but I wanted to give you a quick update on the results of the Hope House toilet paper drive. So many of you know that over the last 2.5, 3 weeks, I've done a toilet paper drive, which started as a simple blog post with a fun AI-generated featured image, a link to a case of toilet paper at Amazon, and my address to send that stuff to. And 2.5 weeks later, there were almost 40 cases of toilet paper sitting in our garage. And Fry Wagner and Earl Kawaoka, my friend over there, donated people and a truck to make this happen because there's no way I was going to get all that toilet paper from my house to Hope House. And I'll show some pictures, of course, while I'm talking about this, of us delivering that toilet paper to those guys. And the fun thing about that from a social media perspective, since many of you know that's what I do for a living, I wrote that blog post and so many people showed up, and it's just so cool to see that the power of social media getting the word out to so many people. And I can't tell you how many different directions those donations came from. Some people that I hadn't heard from in a little while, other people very close to me, and I know specifically one person I wanted to call out who may not appreciate me doing this because he tried to do it privately, is Doug Hubler at Apex Business Advisors. Brother, I'm looking right at you right now. Thank you so much for donating 10 cases of toilet paper for Hope House. That was such a cool thing to watch those show up out in front of my house as those were being delivered by Amazon. So anyway, it was a great success, and I appreciate everyone that got involved. And if you missed out on the opportunity, don't feel bad. There were quite a few people that said, "Oh no, I missed the deadline." I will do this again in 2 years. I do this every 2 years for those guys because I try to help lots of not-for-profits. So look for this again in 2025. I'll be doing another one for those guys. So let's get into the tech tip for this week, which is something a lot of people don't know how to do, and it's a wide open search on LinkedIn. And the reason you might want to do this is just to see how many people are in a certain metropolitan area or how many companies on LinkedIn are in a metropolitan area. So here I am in LinkedIn, and the first thing that I wanted to show you is you just click up here in the search and hit enter. And what that does is that starts a wide open generic search on LinkedIn. And then you can tell LinkedIn, hey, I'm going to search for people. So you could click on people. And you're going to get, 966 million results. I bet you the number's bigger than that. But the cool thing is you can then go down to locations over here and narrow that down and type in the Kansas City metropolitan area. I've done that so many times in the past, it's already in the list. So I'm just going to click that and click show results. And what this is telling you is that there's 1.2 million results of people that have LinkedIn profiles in the Kansas City metro, right? And that's just an interesting thing. So you can go look by state or by metro area or whatever, how many LinkedIn profiles to kind of prove to yourself the fact that with census data, the majority of people, there's 2.2 million, I think, in the Kansas City metro, something like that. And so the vast majority of people have a LinkedIn profile on LinkedIn that are in the Kansas City metro. The other thing that you could do is switch this to companies. If you wanted to know what a prospect list could be for your organization, you could click this over to companies and then also do the location to KC Metro, right? So I'll just type that in, Kansas City Metro, where their headquarters would be at. Click, show results, and you can see that there's about 148,000 companies here in Kansas City. And then you could do other things like if you wanted to narrow it down by company size, so let's say 11 to 200 employees for small to medium-sized businesses. And of course, these results are going to come up based on the companies that I'm already following and people that I'm already following. So once you go through this, you'll see that there's 44,000 results though. So that's a small to medium-sized business prospect list. If you don't know all the companies in Kansas City, that would be one way to generate the start of your list, is to do that. And you can filter by lots of other things if you click all filters and go through all the different things that you can filter on here in LinkedIn. And that's all you have to do. You simply click enter in the search bar to start a generic search on LinkedIn, and you can narrow down from there. And a lot of people just don't know how to do that, to start with that simple question of how many LinkedIn profiles are in the Kansas City metro. I hope you're having a great week. If you found this helpful, I hope you'll share this with your friends, and I'll see you next time.